What's up, guys? This is how I made around $3,000 trading my CRT model that I previously taught on this channel. Alright, so this was a trade taken at 3 a.m. Here's a screenshot of the trade. I didn't get to take a picture of the full profit because I was actually asleep. It was 3 a.m. and I'm not staying awake till 4 a.m. Alright, so going into this, what did I see? First of all, during New York session, we pumped like crazy, right? Like that was like 800 points or 3%, something like that. And then after that, after you take significant amount of liquidity, you tend to consolidate, right? So we had a lot of accumulation in this area. And I told a lot of my people I was talking to on Discord, I was targeting the low resistance liquidity down here, um, which we ultimately did take out during today's New York session, and that made some good shorts. But for this target, I was mainly going for these equal lows down here as my final destination. All right, so high time frame bias and key levels. This is what we're looking at. The bias is very clear. We are bullish, but we are looking for rebounds, right? After 800 points, at some point, you're going to look to take all this low resistance liquidity down here, right? There's a lot of liquidity. All right. So key level then. On the 4-hour chart, we were very close to, we are already on all-time highs for ES. So we had a nice SMT and we were close on NASDAQ. So I just zoomed out, went to the 4-hour chart, and then I saw over here there was a very nice order block. What makes this a very good key level is one, this order block comes from the rejection of a new week opening gap over here, right? So this is a clear point of rejection where institutions place their orders and are likely to place them again, right? So that's our key level. Now, what makes this key level even stronger is you can see over here there was a 4-hour CRT that was being formed, and we actually perfectly tapped the top. So this was an equal high as well, aligned with our order block. Okay, so this 4-hour CRT was valid because we never actually tapped into the order block, but now we did, right? So going to the 1-hour, this is where we find our entry. So during this 1-hour CRT, not only do we sweep out this high, but we tap into our high time from key level, which gives us this narrative that yes, we're going to try going short, okay? So that's our CRT low down there. Now for entry models, it's very simple. Just hop down to any lower time frame. And then I like to use order blocks as my entries just because you get some really nice RR and it makes for very like aesthetically pleasing trades, right? So this was the top of our manipulation candle. We get a turtle soup here. So this provides the fuel for the move, like I like to say. And that's how I described in my previous video, right? The turtle soup is what's needed to make a very big move downwards. And then it's very simple from here. All we need to look for is what was the major candle that pushed through this high and caused us to go lower. That's our order block. And it's right here, right? So this candle is our order block. We expect price to retrace downwards, retrace back to this order block before continuing to dump. And we can set our entry over there. As for OTE, I do not believe there was any particular OTE alignment. I didn't really check. Yeah, there was no OTE alignment here, but I'm like pretty confident in my order block entries and I like to use them a lot more. Regardless, this high was protected, which is to say that it's unlikely that we go past this high. So it does not matter if you entered on this fair value gap, on this fair value gap here. Like, sure, you're gonna have some more drawdown, but it would have still played out. I just like to go for higher RR, okay? So our first target then, I took off 5 micros down here. This is our CRT low, okay? So remember our 1-hour CRT? This is our CRT low. And I just want to add a piece of information for more discretionary CRT trading. Normally, you only target the CRT low or maybe the 50%, right? So you target this low down here. But then if you look at the market structure over here, it's very obvious that we generated liquidity. We have very nice equal lows down here, and it's a very, very high chance we come down to take it, right? So I took down 5 micros around over here, and then we continue to push down to hit my final take profit at around 4 a.m. So I was sleeping, which were these equal lows, right? So that's ultimately how I took this trade and my thought process behind it all. You can pretty much just copy and reverse engineer this entire framework and you're going to be profitable. Just stick to the process and learn, right? Journal your trades, understand what you do right and wrong, and, improve your trades based off of this journaling.